Hello, I'm the Resolute Cartographer, and this is the 21st video in my Fallout 76 main quest series. In the last video, we did the quest Belly of the Beast, and we visited the Glass Cavern, right over here. And we found the remains of Operation Touchdown. The Brotherhood of Steel's attempt to stop the Scorchbeast from coming out of the ground. Unfortunately, they failed at that attempt, and shortly after, their fort here, Fort Defiance, the former Allegheny Asylum, was overrun by the Scorchbeast, and within a couple more years, they had overrun the entire rest of Appalachia. Now, the quest we have now is to go find Sam Blackwell, because we're trying to break into those missile silos so we can use the nukes they have. So we have Site Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie, but the only way to get into those is if we have the proper entry codes, and the only way we can get those entry codes is to go to find Sam Blackwell, a former senator who was on the Nuclear Energy Committee. So, Sam Blackwell gave an interview to the Charleston Herald shortly before he went underground, and we actually have 2 tapes of that interview, and we'll see if the information we need is on that, and if not, we will go back to the Charleston Herald building and find the information we need. Alright, Sam Blackwell interview part 1.
Alright, it's recording. Thank you again for reaching out to me. I can't tell you how shocked I was to find out your letter was the real deal.
Of course, Miss Carter. Hope the trek wasn't too arduous.
It was an experience. Not a lot of my interviews start with a bag over my head. Just glad it didn't end up being a prank, I suppose.
I apologize for that. Maintaining a low profile is a requirement for us now.
And why is that, Senator? Why did you leave your position so suddenly?
Leaving was the only way I thought I'd be able to protect my family, Miss Carter. But I've since realized that I've left a lot of other people I care about in grave danger. I was hoping you could help me correct it.
What are you talking about, Senator?
There are sinister forces at work in the halls of government. I and my fellow members of the free states will no longer be shackled to the putrefying courts of this nation. No, nor should anyone who values their lives. There is only one recourse left for the people of the United States. Strike out on your own. Take whatever you can carry. Get off the grid and get there fast. The end is coming, Miss Carter. And when it does, your government has no interest in keeping you safe.
That was tape 1, time for tape 2.
Sinister forces? The end is coming? Senator, you're making some big claims here. Do you have evidence to back it up?
This is not some doomsday fever dream, if that's what you're asking, Miss Carter. I received my information from reliable sources. Yes.
And I'm supposed to take your word for it?
You're going to have to, Miss Carter. I'm trying to save lives, not put more at risk by exposing my sources.
Senator, I'm not trying to be rude here, but it sounds like you're trying to start a panic, and without evidence, I'm not willing to be a part of that. I also have it under the strictest confidence that you've been seen making multiple visits to a certain Charleston neurologist as of...
My health is not the issue here, Miss Carter. These are people's lives. The executive branch, captains of industry, the Department of Agriculture. I peek into their world and they threaten my life, my daughter's life. We're just pawns to them. And the only way we survive is to step on that. You share that message.
I meant no offense. You just have to know how this looks from my end.
I understand. It's just a sensitive topic.
Would you mind if I asked you one last question?
If it means you'll get the word out, go ahead.
You never resigned as senator. Is that something you're planning to do?
I am. Consider this interview a formal resignation. Spread the word, Miss Carter. All I ask is that my warning goes with it. And nothing else. Now, if you wouldn't mind, My daughter and I have a lot to do. We're on our own out here, after all.
Alright, so, just a little bit of information there. He was talking about some governmental conspiracy against the American people. Now, people who have played the previous Fallout games know exactly what he's talking about there, in the form of the Enclave. But along with that, from the second half of the interview, we can tell that he has some sort of health issue. Now, as to what that is, we'll find that out before too long, but just know that Quinn Carter had a specific reason she asked it, and it's a very reasonable thing that she asked. So, just making sure I don't have anything else to cook. Okay. So, we're going to head on over to the Charleston Herald, because we unfortunately did not get the specific piece of information we need, and that is how it is that we find him. And it's kind of just a, it's going to be kind of a treasure map sort of thing as to how to find him, where, you know, it won't actually be an actual map, but it'll be a list of places that Quinn Carter went on her route to get to Senator Blackwell. Okay, we're going to head to Charleston now. Alright. You know, I don't think I've ever seen those letters on there before. I'm pretty sure in the past those have always been blank. That may be something new, or I may just have missed seeing them before. Okay, here we are. And we're gonna go search that reporter's office. Elevator's broken, luckily we got this hole in the floor. Okay. Quinn Carter. Okay. So, let's see. Right there. Sam Blackwell interview notes. Interview notes. Overall impression? I don't think Blackwell's crazy, but something was off. Very little to gain from leaving his position. Honestly believes there's an evil force at work here. Is he losing it? Or just hiding it better than the rest of us? Next step, track down who these sinister forces are that sent the senator running for the hills. General notes. Offer for interview arrived in handmade envelope. Favor with the CPD got me a print match. They're the senators. Holy crap. Meet site, Berkeley Springs train station. Met at dawn by a masked young woman, clearly Judith Blackwell, probably forgot we'd met at the governor's ball, and a masked older man, clearly the senator. Roughly a half-hour hike, pretty much due east, could see the sun rise through the bag. Nice thought though, guys. Hike past through a stream, over a highway, small bit of marsh, into a cave, and then down an elevator. Rest can be taken from the tapes. Blackwell was in serious politician mode. On message, firm, and trying his damnedest to make sure I was scared about the things he claimed to go bump in the night. Alright, so yeah, we just got the pieces of information we need in order to find him. So, we are going to go to Berkeley Springs. We have not actually been there yet. Oh, actually, he's pointing out the exact location. That's... kind of wish they wouldn't have done that, but I guess we'll just go straight to the Southern Bell Motel. Okay. Back in the mire again. It's been some time since we were here last. Back when we were still setting up the Scorch detection system. So yeah, if any of you have watched the video I did on the Hornwright Mining headquarters, you'll know that it was actually Daniel Hornwright who was behind these threats. Well, he wasn't the one specifically making the threats, but he was the one who ordered the threats to be made to Senator Blackwell. He was upset that Senator Blackwell was not supporting the automation initiative that he was trying to push through. Okay, now here's an interesting thing. We're here at this abandoned waste dump, and this is actually where Senator Blackwell built his bunker. Here we go. If you're looking for a place to hide something, then and make sure that people would never think that you'd ever decide to try to live in a place, this is a good way to do it. Especially given that these are not radioactive. Notice that? There's nothing going on the Geiger counter. Okay. Okay, let's see if there's anything we need to see around here. No? Okay. We got a broken antenna here. Oop. And a death claw. Let's see. No. This'll do better. I don't know. Oh, that was like half of its health. There we go. Oh, that went so well. Okay. Auto grenade launcher, very neat. What level is that? Level 50, dang. Okay, well, I can break it down and maybe get a mod out of it. So, you can see here that the Senator would bring supplies in here, and then he has this tram that would then carry things across this gap over there. But we can't ride it because it's not mobile, so we're gonna just walk around and then... Oh, another death claw. No, he somehow doesn't know where we are. Let's keep it that way for the moment. Oh, that's awful that just missed. And he knows where we are. Jeez. No, definitely not that. Nope, not that either. I don't mind giving him a little bit of a break because that gave us a little bit of a break too. Ooh. There we go. Alright. Well, that stinks. I would like to loot that thing after we blew some ammo on it and had to take a stim pack. Actually, I don't think we actually did take a stim pack. I tried to, but it didn't go through. Am I out of stim packs? No, I've got 11 of them now. Oh well. Let's see. Yeah, I'll eat the roasted mirelurk meat. Okay, and you know what? Let's take this little... Ooh, cracked deathclaw eggs. Let's take it a little bit slower through here and see if there's any more of those in here. Another one of these broken antenna. Looks like a nest down here. Yep. More cracked deathclaw eggs. So that's 3 eggs we found so far and only 2 deathclaws. Now, of course, they're not likely to all live within the same cavern. They could easily go migrate out and find other places to live, create their own nests. So I'm not going to assume that for every cracked deathclaw egg we find, we're going to find a deathclaw. But let's take another look around here just to be on the safe side. Because I'd rather not get surprised again. And I definitely need to take a disease cure in here in a moment. Okay. Yeah, I saw that body there. It's part of the quest. I'm just going to leave it here for a moment. Okay. Let's see. Anything else? No. That seems to have been it. At least I'm hoping. I don't hear anything. I don't see anything moving around. And I might ditch the power armor for a little while while we're in here because it's very dark. This thing doesn't have a helmet. And you can't use your Pip-Boy while you're wearing power armor, so... Your Pip-Boy light, I mean. Okay. Anything useful over here? Ooh, plans for an office desk. Some aluminum. Some oil. Okay. Combination wrench for lead. Okay. Metal bucket, giddy up buttercup front leg. Okay. Open the elevator. But, secure access panel.
Invalid credentials. Access denied.
Nope, we just leveled. Let's see what we get from Uncle Sam. Some caps. And the quest Bunker Bust. And the quest Bunker Buster. Unlock a secure bunker and discover the secrets within. Okay, let's see. Unopened perk pack? Yes, let's open it. Sturdy frame, can do, science, party boy, and a joke. Love's like a bullet. The exit's always the worst. Okay. We're gonna get better at sneaking. Which I know is a little bit ridiculous given that I'm going around in power armor. But, nah, I don't really care. I like sneaking. Okay. Yeah, so we have to find a way to get into the bunker, searching the area, and we already know exactly where to look because we found it while searching for death claws. And again, I'm going to take off the armor for a moment. So we can use the Pip-Boy light. And here we go. Anybody who's played the game for a while knows that this is Enclave armor right here. We got a Blackwater Brew bottle and a red bandana in the suitcase. Operation Summary, Blackwell.
Commencing op summary, Agent Gray reporting. Blackwell won't be causing any more problems. The bypass holotape got me into the bunker as expected, though a longer range is recommended for future models. Essentially had to play the thing standing on top of the access panel to get it to work. Without the lures to distract those freaks, I might be dead instead of the Senator. Once inside, I was briefly halted by Blackwell's laser grid, but resetting the power allowed me to grant myself clearance. Recovery of the access card to our facility was less successful. I found a keypad, but was unable to decipher the code. Recommend sending in a specialist to collect it. I'm proceeding to the next target, after which I'll... wait. What happened to the power? The lures! Oh, God.
Agent Gray is a very important agent for the Enclave, so I'm sure they felt his loss here. Okay, let's get in here. Not sure why I got back in that just to get back out, but let's collect it and keep on moving. Okay. Now we gotta search the cabin for the bypass holotape. Probably should have kept the armor on, huh? Oh well. Let's see. Let's check these because, again, death claws killed them, so it's quite possible that they hid that bypass holotape inside one of their nests. And these things I called antennae before are actually the lures he was trying to use to keep the death claws occupied while he was trying to get into the bunker. But, like he said, power failed, and that was the end of him. There it is. Okay, we can get back in the armor again. Oh, we actually have a second power armor chassis here. And it comes with a full ultrasight power armor suit. I don't remember getting this on my other character. Maybe I did and I just don't remember it, but let's see. Have to be level 50 to wear all this. That's really unfortunate given that we're level 30. Typically I find it, let's see if it's still the case. Can't pick it up because the power armor pieces are too high of level, but because it's my power armor chassis, it will automatically recall itself and be back in my inventory here before too long. Not sure I understand why there is this train axle down here, but whatever. I mean, I guess No, because it's not like there was a rail yard outside. It was where the trucks brought this waste in. Anyway. Bypass holotape. Gotta play it.
Invalid credentials. Access denied. User access updated. Welcome.
Like I said, the power armor chassis has been recalled to my inventory. Okay, let's head down here. What is that noise that was making that? Back in the glass cavern. Is it this cap stash that's making that noise? I think it was. That's really weird. Maybe I've got some piece of armor that makes it so that I hear those things or something? Anyway, okay, back out here. Entrance foyer area. This side, obviously, we just saw, goes into a living room sort of an area. Let's see where this side goes. Into a utility room, it looks like. Got some rat-away and dirty water in there. Go up. Got some random little bits of junk around here. And right here, we're actually above that living room area. Have a small bedroom here. Let's see, just some pencils, pins, screwdriver on the dresser over there. Got a clipboard, combination wrench, and gunpowder. We have a computer here, Judy's terminal. Let's see. Personal logs. What am I doing? So here I am, stuck underground with my father. Not the final year of med school plan I had in mind, but when it came to me, he was so adamant that we had to run. That someone was coming for us. Not adamant enough to show me any concrete proof, just that I had to trust him this time, which has been getting harder as he gets worse. But I can tell in his eyes that he'd made his decision, and he's not in any state to be out here on his own. So here I am. Me, my father, Senator on the Lam, and a pile of books that'll last us through Judgment Day. Maybe I'll get lucky and he'll come around to us heading back outside in a couple days. Judgment Day. Jesus frickin' Christ. Life changes. The plant growth outside has been getting out of control since... I can't do this now. Life changes. Second try. Okay, again from the top. Plant growth outside has been getting out of control. The main entrance is almost overrun. At this rate, we're going to have to start burning the roots in order to get out of the elevator. The animals aren't faring any better. I saw a mosquito the other day the size of a dog. I don't think I've screamed like that since high school, but it's at least given me a new goal in life. I want to never, ever, ever see one of those things feed. Ever. Mentats are key. I've been trying a couple of different meds for Dad, to see what helps keep him lucid. Most effective things are, believe it or not, mentats. I always thought they were a party drug for beatniks and armchair philosophers, but they sharpen him right up, which we've been needing of late. He came back the other day and covered in mud, claiming he saw a giant bat. That's a new one. I worked out a recipe that seems pretty close to store-bought ones. More scary-looking fungi in there than I'd like, but at this point it's better than the alternative. Holy Mother of God. I saw a giant bat. Holy Mother of God, I saw a giant bat and it saw me. It followed me back here. Dad was right. We're going to need to be a lot more careful out there from now on. Okay, so this was Judy Blackwell. I'm assuming her Blackwell was her last name. The senator's daughter, who was a med student when he came and grabbed her from school after threats were made against her to him, basically, again, on behalf of Mr. Daniel Hornwright. Okay, so we've got another mainframe terminal over here, and a security system manual reset. A note, actually. Security system manual reset. Throw circuit breaker, laundry room, open air flue, above generator, activate circuit conduit, upstairs in vents. All credit goes to Judy for her elusive dream of running multiple hot plates at once. Okay. And we have the security system terminal, which requires skill level 3 when we have skill level 2 for hacking. So we're going to have to undergo this procedure here. Okay, so let's get back downstairs. Let's take a look around, because we don't actually still know what that security system controls yet. I mean, there's a little bit of a hint of it, and they note that Agent Gray left behind, but yeah, let's take a look. Okay, so just kind of went right through this. Okay, so we're in this kitchen area here. Let's see, anything of use here? Not particularly. Okay. Crystal decanter. I would always have grabbed those in Fallout 4 when I was making those settlement beacons. TV dinner tray. Those are made out of aluminum. Okay. Anything else in here? Down here in this living room. Don't see anything yet. A battered clipboard and a flip lighter. Let's see. Anything else? We got canned dog food and some cans and aluminum cans. Over here in this TV sitting area, we've got another can. Okay. And just a bunch of miscellaneous junk. TV dinner tray. Is that another can? Yes, another can. Okay, we're going to head off this side first, and we have the that breaker here in the laundry room. We're not going to start that up just yet. Okay. Off this door to the left, we have a small bathroom. Some brain fungus growing in here. And a first aid kit. Another can. At the end of the hall, we have what I have to assume was the Senator's bedroom. We've got multiple notes here. We'll check on those in just a second. Let's take another full look around the room now. Not much else. I did see this here. He had a 10mm pistol stored under his bed, so clearly was worried even here in his bunker, which obviously had reason to be if Agent Gray was able to get in here. So we got 2 notes. The first one, head fuzzy. Head getting fuzzy. Mentats. No mentats left? 1 carrot flower. If the pantry is empty, plenty in the mountains to the west. 2 chunks of brain fungus. Grows in the cave upstairs. 1 firecat mushroom. Check the pantry. If we're out, well, you've got a long walk back to the forest ahead of you. Distill using Judy's chemistry equipment. Take as soon as it's cooled. Okay, so that's our recipe for mentats. Locked out. Locked out again? Power probably reset overnight. Not your fault, old man. 1. Head upstairs to security room. 2. Log into security system terminal. 3. Select reset laser grid credentials. Password slipping your mind? Take some mentats and grab the manual. Reset steps. Desk upstairs. Okay, and again, we'll come back to that in just a minute. Let's check out the rest of this area. So we have this main laser grid, which is what we're trying to hack through here. It's got a hand scanner, which I'm sure both the Senator and his daughter would have been able to get through, but we will not. Okay, we got some more cans over here. Alright. Let's head off down this way first. Well, not first. Before we start off the rest of this thing, let's finish this area up. We got some more barrels here, cans, a generator, no fusion core in it. Not even the option for that, I mean. Okay, and so we have a small storage area and a chemistry station, which must have been useful for crafting those mentats. Let's see if there's any more junk in here that we want, because we're going to start scrapping stuff using that chemistry station here in just a second. More aluminum cans, some oil containers. Man, this is all good stuff. Okay. And let's get to scrapping. 5 pounds, that was it. Okay, let's scrap this thing, this auto grenade launcher. And it actually did give us a mod. Okay, I'll finish this up and we will continue on. I just noticed something weird, which I want to look into here real quick. Oh, I'm not actually wearing power armor, I was trying to get out of it. Okay. If you note right in here, so, okay, so let's inspect it. There we go. So this is what the Brotherhood soldier outfit is supposed to look like. And this is what it looks like. Not really sure what's going on with that. This is the scribe outfit. If we look again at the inventory here, Brotherhood scribe outfit. Brotherhood scribe outfit. See, that is what we're currently wearing. I'm wondering if the if those models are changed incorrectly right now. But anyway. Okay, so let's start this whole process up. First, we gotta throw the breaker here. Okay. Now we have to open up the air flue. There it is. Okay. And now we have to go reset the bunker's circuit conduit, which I'm hoping is upstairs. Yes, it is. Okay. Gotta climb out on these vents. There it is. Okay. Does that mean we now have access to that area down there, or do we have access to this? Yeah, I think it just turned the grid off.
Reboot complete. Error. Password credentials required. Please approach nearest active scanner.
Ah, there you go. We're just making ourselves valid. Okay. Over encumbered. Here we go.
Credentials recorded.
There we go.
Access granted.
That's a pretty major flaw. And the fact that they left notes around because he had some memory issues obviously severely decreased the security of that system. Okay, we got a small safe here with just general junk in it. Okay, well, there's a note here. Department of Ag Projects. Classified. Hey Sam, remember I'm doing you a favor here now. You owe me. And you've seen what heights my deer tabs can reach. Honestly though, next time you should just talk to the secretary directly. He's a good guy and a smart cookie. I think you two would get along. Jody Soraset, Senate Committee on Agriculture. Department of Agriculture Active Research Projects. Budding Patriots Initiative, a national nutritional initiative to prepare the next generation for national service through enhanced nutrition. Try saying that 5 times fast. Congressional Bunker Food Preservation Initiative. Pilot project to extend the shelf life of various foods being prepared for the Central Congressional Bunker. National Water Enhancement Initiative. Developing food additives that can be deployed in local water system to enhance well-being across citizens of the United States. Done in conjunction with the Department of Defense. I'm wondering if that's related to what happened in Huntersville. If that project was what they put the FEV in the water under. American Crop Protection Initiative, a broad-spectrum look into the use of biological agents to eliminate crop pests. Pest Self-Eradication Initiative, developing techniques to biologically modify weevils, moles, and other pests to self-eliminate. Okay. A lot of genetic research in there, along with other things. And I think we can assume that this right here is Senator Blackwell, or possibly his daughter, but my guess would be on him himself. Okay, we got another note here, committee meeting notes. Hearing before the Senate Committee on Nuclear Energy. November 26, 2076, transcript continued, page 384. Senator Clark, Mr. Chairman, I would like to remind the committee that environmental concerns aside, and I do share these concerns, the uranium deposit in question is in fact the largest in the country, not just the East Coast. Overturning the ban on extraction would help shorten and secure supply lines for a resource our great nation is relying on more and more with each passing day. Senator Blackwell. And I, Mr. Chairman, would again like to bring to this committee's attention the fact that my colleague, Senator Clark, has recently purchased a very large stake in Atomic Mining Services Corporation, which constitutes a clear conflict of influence. Senator Clark, I will show you a conflict of interest, sir. Committee Chair, will the gentlemen please return to their seats? Okay, so you can see there that Senator Blackwell was not friends with Senator Clark and was very combative. With his fellow senator. Okay, we got Senate orientation letter. We'll come back to that here in just a minute because there's more stuff in here that I want to just take a look at. See what other notes there are to find in these file cabinets. We got another one here. Back off, Sam. Anything else? Flip lighter in there. Intelligence memo from August 16th of 2077. Record of divorce, the Blackwells. Okay, so we've got 4 notes, and then we got a keypad here and a terminal. So we're going to start with the notes, move on to the terminal, and then the keypad. Okay. Back off, Sam. Department of Defense. Back off, Sam. The decision's been made. The automated silos are being built in Appalachia. we're going to get the same early warning as everyone else. But if you breathe a word about these timing discrepancies you keep implying exist between military and civilian warning systems, I'll make sure you spend the rest of your days in jail. You're going to start a panic, Sam. We're not discussing this again. Ranset. Okay. Wonder who Ranset was. Let's see. Intelligence memo, August 16th of 2077. Top secret. Intel committee only. Senator, you pulling the purse strings on this congressional bunker project was exactly the break we needed. The Modus machine, Vault-Tec, members of our own government, they're all a part of it. I've gotten a lot of chatter about the Department of Agriculture having an outsized role in what's going on. Secretary Eckhart is at the heart of this, I guarantee it, but I wouldn't be shocked for a moment if this went all the way to the top. Remember this number, 417604. It's an invoice number for an order placed by the Department of Agriculture at Eckhart's request, bound for the bunker. They claim it's a part of the facility's automation effort. That's a lie. Invoice 417604 is experimental equipment. High-tech. Lots of it. The automation stuff is just a cover-up. Some of this stuff is military-grade equipment, Sam. Biological warfare. Human experimentation. They're gearing up to go to war, or more likely, end one. I'm going to keep digging on my end, see where the thread goes. But you might want to make yourself scarce, Sam. No telling how these people will react if they find out we know what they're up to. T. So that's something, the T in that is something I want to look into. I got this inkling in the back of my mind that it's the agent that Daniel Hornwright sent to scare him off, but it may or may not be. I honestly don't remember what that email, like who that email was sent to. Senate orientation letter. Welcome, new Senator. Congressional ID 778232. Welcome, Mr. Blackwell, to the Senate of the United States of America. Your election to this body is one of the greatest honors an American can receive. Please memorize the ID number above. It will grant you access to some of the many perks members of the Senate enjoy. Checking out items from the Library of Congress, access to the Congressional Gym, discount meals at the Capitol Cafeteria, and more. And please be sure to bring that ID as well as a government-issued photo ID to your first orientation session at the Capitol this January. Specific date forthcoming. That was a little bit oddly written. Here's wishing you a long and honorable tenure in your position as Senator of the Appalachian Territory. Okay, and I think we actually missed the divorce note back over here. Yes. Record of divorce, the Blackwells. Appalachian Territory, Charleston, West Virginia. Record of divorce, case number 118T-44123. Judge, Falkland, Archibald. Petitioner, Blackwell, Emily. Respondent, Blackwell, Samuel. Date of marriage, December 18th, 2055. Divorce granted, October 15th, 2077. Please retain this document for your personal records. Okay, and we still have this terminal over here to look at. Sam's terminal. Personal logs. Judy says I should write. Judy says I should write. That recalling things and writing them down will help with my memory until she can find out what she needs to brew up some more meds. So I'm writing. When she's not taking care of her dad, she's been glued to the radio upstairs, listening to folks crying for someone to save them. Wondering why no one's coming. It's almost like no one listened to that interview at all. Like I told her they wouldn't. She's a good soul, which is why I imagine this has been so hard for her. Because there's no place for people like that in this world anymore. Free States bunkers. Getting these down in case we need to get the gang back together. Neeraj and Abby, due north of Thunder Mountain Power. Emma, east of Thunder Mountain Power. Raleigh, southwest of Dyer Chemical. Judy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Judy. Judy went out to collect mushrooms, part of a grand plan for a mushroom and dandy boy apple casserole, which my stomach has been quietly fearing the whole day. But she didn't come back. I cycled through our best foraging spots only to find her deep in conversation with two men. Two men we didn't know. Two men who could have recognized her. I waited for them to part ways. If they were agents sent to find us, they clearly weren't good ones. When I got back, I tried to keep calm. To remind her why we have to stay hidden. Remind her what telling the truth cost us. I got mad. I made her mad. Now she's upstairs, and I need to get up the courage to say what's so damn easy to write. I'm sorry, Judy. But with everything that's been taken from us, I'm not about to lose you too. Some kind of bet. I was out hunting today, and I swear, some kind of bat the size of a Corvega came flying over the ridge. It perched and looked right at me, through the brush, trees, at 500 yards. It spun right towards me like I'd whipped a stone at its head. Then it howled like a banshee, and started flying right at me. I haven't run that fast since high school. Dodging tree branches and brush, I could hear wings flapping just behind my head, and then darkness. It took me a good 15 seconds before I realized it had fallen into a ditch. The bat screeched, and I could hear its clawing at the ground above me and went for what sounded like an eternity before finally giving up and flying off. When I finally got back, I told Judy. She looked at me up and down, covered in sweat, dirt, and bruises, and told me, in that perfect doctor calm, that there's a chance that what I saw, it might have been a side effect of being off my meds. She then turned, walked into the storeroom, and handed me the biggest gun we had. Just take this too. Judy's gone. Judith Blackwell, February 15th, 2084. Rest in peace. Buried her up on the crest. The disease, it moved too fast. So fast. 1 minute she was fine, and then gone. I recognize it, this disease. At least I think I did. An old memo, maybe? Was this what we were chasing? Had T warned me about this? I wanted to take her to the congressional bunker. They could have fixed her. I know it. They would have executed me for treason, but maybe they'd let her live. But the masks weren't in the spots I thought they were, and by the time I found them and built the stretcher, I just watched her die. Chatter on the radio coming from Harper's Ferry gets grimmer every day. Others out there are dying of the same thing, and I can't get through this on my own. About time I went for a walk. Judy loved going for walks. Don't forget this one, Sam. Been a while. Things are going well at Harper's. Everyone either doesn't know who I am or pretends they don't. Raleigh has me working in the armory, cleaning weapons, away from people. Good friend, that one. Came back to get a dose of a Dictol for a junkie that wandered in from the mountains. Figured I'd relax here for a bit. Sleep's been harder to come by recently. Having trouble remembering what Judy said I should take to help. She's a good soul, but there's no place for people like that in this world anymore. They found me. 2 days ago, was in line for a bowl of soup at Harper's. One of the newcomers couldn't take his eyes off me. Didn't think I noticed him watching. Thought wrong. That night I saw him walking outside the barrier. I followed. He was making some kind of recording. I couldn't risk it. Tried to make it look like an animal attack. Messy, imprecise. Threw some pieces in the river. Yesterday morning, uproar. People terrified about the attack. Made it too believable, I guess. Last night, heard something fly over the town. Mechanical. Never saw anything. Stealth, most likely. They're looking for him. For me. As soon as I couldn't hear the sound anymore, took my pack and ran back here. Today, hung some meat in the cave. Tried to draw in some local predators. Scare off anyone who might have followed me. Still have months of food in here. Should be safe for now. Don't know what I was thinking, leaving this place. Won't be making that mistake again. Okay, so that is everything in there. So yes, this is definitely Senator Blackwell. Drink some water real quick. Okay. And let's try entering these codes here. We'll enter the day of Judy Blackwell's death first, because that's the first on the list. 021584.
Code accepted.
That's it. What was that? Am I missing something here? Sound coming from the painting. Ah! Welcome to the White Spring added. Congressional access card added. Let's listen to the hall tape. Welcome to the White Spring.
Greetings, esteemed Congressman or Senator. Welcome to the future of the United States government. Welcome to the White Spring. Designed with comfort and safety in mind, the White Spring Bunker, located directly below the lavish resort of the same name, will act as your very own oasis in the event of a hostile nuclear strike. All you need to do is present the enclosed access card upon your arrival, And our automated bunker management mainframe will do the rest, guiding you through the process of getting to know your new home, all while supporting the continuation of the necessary functions of government. So when the inevitable comes, won't you join us at the White Spring?
Okay, so now we have an actual ability to get into the White Spring. I'm gonna break some of this stuff down. We just got a mini nuke. I don't really want that, but I'll be putting the power armor chassis on here in just a minute. But we also have, well, first of all, some more cans. But along with that, another note: low on food. Low on food? 1. Head to Berkeley Springs, due west from the cave mouth. 2. Run through going outside checklist before leaving. Okay. Let's scrap those cans. Alright, let's put on the power armor. Okay. Well, I'll have to go straight to the White Spring. I need to drop some of this crap off that I'm carrying. So, actually, you know, we'll set the camp out up there rather than fast travel up there and have like twice the cost to get to the White Spring. Here's the bunker itself. We'll just fast travel there. Alright, so we'll just set up the camp off-site here. Okay, so I had to actually rebuild my entire camp because it was for some reason broken up into pieces when I packed it up from the mire. So it's back set up here. Let's just take a look here at the chemistry station real quick. And craft, actually. If it'll let me. Doesn't look like it's inclined to. Alright, let's see if I can move this. Maybe that's the problem? There we go. Okay. So what I was going to do is go to smelt, and I can turn some spoiled meat into fertilizer, but ultracite scrap. So yeah, we picked up all that ultracite scrap back in the glass cavern, and we can now turn it into ultracite ore. Well, from ore into scrap. Okay. Alright, now back to being underencumbered and all that. So, we're going to head right back on over to the Congressional Bunker. Alright. Here we are. Let's head inside. Okay, let's take a look around in here. Got a forklift, a pallet covered in boxes. What's in here? Large toolbox with some good stuff. We got a note, the Sam Blackwell interview. Interesting that that's in here. Okay, not much else. Let's head through this door with the ID card. Excellent.
Access granted. Welcome, Senator Blackwell.
What do we have here? No glaring mutations. Radiation exposure present, but recent. And brave enough to have found Sam Blackwell and come here anyway. You, Voltstock, are an impetuous bunch, aren't you? Impetuous we can use. Please, come inside.
Alright. Here we are, inside the Congressional Bunker.
Welcome to the White Spring Bunker. Take a look around. We've taken great efforts to restore this place to its former glory. Whenever you're ready, please proceed inside.
Let's see if there's anything in here. Some bot pods. You'll notice that this place actually does look far better than almost any other place you can find in the wasteland. I mean, that flag is like the richest level of color you see on almost anything out here. But there are still these areas where it's clear that Things are not being kept up to their full quality everywhere, mainly in the places where people would generally not tread. Decontamination arches.
A few formalities before we proceed. This may sting.
Decontamination complete.
Yet it did not remove our radiation.
Now, we require a photograph for our records. Simply press the button when you're ready.
All right.
An interesting bone structure. You are as God made you, we suppose. And done. We've made you a little custom tailored. Just a little taste of what we do here. To see more, please come downstairs so we can become better acquainted.
Can't see it on the top here because we're wearing the scribe uniform. Okay. So if you had any questions as to what group this was belonging to, you can take a look right there at the chest guard, and you got your answer.
Ah, there you are. Welcome. We are Modus, the final member of an assembly of the greatest minds ever gathered on American soil. We called ourselves the Enclave. Our members were once the puppet masters of the United States, quietly pulling strings at every level of power in the nation. It was once our solemn personal duty to attend to the needs of the Enclave members that called this place home. But our earlier residents suffered from conflicts of vision. Conflicts that claimed a few of our more critical systems and permanently disfigured our shining personality. Most critically, their squabbling has forced us to seek out men and women who can do what we no longer can. Display your utility to us, and perhaps we'll allow you to join our little enclave, and allow you access to all this place is capable of. If you believe you might suit our needs, please continue down the stairs. And do help yourself to some refreshments along the way. You must be famished.
Alright. We'll head down this way and go get some refreshments. Let's take a look through here. Okay. We're heading towards operations and admissions. Pool table.
Please, help yourself to something from the dispensers. Once you're sated, proceed down the hall.
Alright. Purified water. And some sugar bombs. Okay. Heading towards orientation and admissions.
The Enclave has counted presidents, members of the Joint Chiefs, and prize-winning scientists among our membership. Before you're allowed to join such lofty ranks, we'd like you to take a brief questionnaire to see if you possess the knowledge and character we value in our members. Of course, if you feel your strengths are more tangible in nature, you may approach our terminal to continue on to the next section of the evaluation.
Alright, let's take a look at this questionnaire terminal. White Spring Net. Access card type, U.S. Senate. Photograph, no match found. Handprint, no match found. Main menu. Please select from the options below. Begin questionnaire. Personal information. What was your profession prior to your arrival? We got business owner, executive, lawyer, military, law enforcement, doctor, scientist, agriculture and food services, or other. Now, of course, I guess this is entirely up to you as to which one you choose. And there's nothing in here that really exactly matches what I do, so I'll go with other. Which of the following thinkers' belief systems most closely matches your own? St. Thomas Aquinas, Adam Smith, John Stuart Mill, Karl Marx, and Elvis Presley. I'll go with Adam Smith. Who was the 18th President of the United States? Ulysses S. Grant. In a formal table setting, which is the only fork placed to the right of the dinner plate? I have no idea. Oyster? Which general was responsible for the reclamation of Anchorage, Alaska in January 2077 from the Chinese Red Army? We know that this was General Constantine Chase from Fallout 3. Do you wish to submit your answers for processing? Submit answers for processing. Please proceed to the nearest Modus terminal for the results.
Interesting. Please, step over to our terminal and we can discuss your results. Your examination results were promising. You might be just the kind of member we're looking for. There is one additional task we'd like you to perform, however, so that we may confirm our suspicions. Some of our most precious external connections were damaged by our former residents' squabbles, which has made our forays into the outside world trying. But we have developed a plan for re-solidifying them. A plan you might help us see to fruition. Please, approach the dispenser. That tape is the first step in our restoration. We would have you take it to an old naval surveillance facility known as Sugar Grove. Plugging it into any terminal in their signal intelligence room will allow us to connect to their formidable network and sniff out a piece of archive technology that was burned from our memory banks. Now, it is likely the facility will react to our intrusion. But we have seen fit to add a routine to that tape that should turn some of their defenses to your side. A courtesy we extend only to our most promising applicants. Additionally, we've provided you with a little item from our stores we hope will make the whole process go smoother. Now, it's time for us to see what you are capable of.
Okay. So he's wanting us to go to Sugar Grove, which is up here over to the east of the mountains. Right there. Northeast of the NIRA that we went to for Rose. But that's going to be something for another time. When we come back, there's so much lore to go over within this place. And we're going to go to Sugar Grove after that. Of course, we might actually make that two completely separate missions because, again, there is so much lore. But it very well might be that certain parts of this place are locked off before you finish Sugar Grove. So it might be that we do Sugar Grove and then come back and read all the lore that we can find here. Anyway, This has been the Irresolute Cartographer. If you liked this video and you want to see more in the series, hit the subscribe button. And the like button if you liked it. If you want to get notifications when they become available, hit the bell notification button. If you have any comments or questions, leave them for me and I'll try to get back to you. And I hope to see everybody again next time. Thanks for watching.